Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're all well. So today I want to talk about Battlefield 6's new update. I mean, where do I even start? You see, when an update comes out, I want to discuss it and give my thoughts of what I think is positive, what I think is negative. But you see, with Battlefield 6, the more update the game does, the more cynical of a person I become. Like, at this point, I've reached a kind of like a position, I've reached a certain level that my expressing of like basically my emotions being expressed is in it's become like a single phrase, single sentence, that every time I'm like, what are we doing, man? Like, what is happening? But even with that, I still want to keep a positive outlook and be like, you know what? I want to stay realistic, and I want to say the positives and the negatives. I want to do that. So, right off the bat, we got the new mode. We got obliteration. And I gotta say, I love this. Okay, it reminds me a lot of Battlefield 1's War Pigeons, okay, which was also a 64 player game mode. This one is very exciting. It keeps you on your toes. And honestly, I think this is what the game needed because it keeps the rush and the risk of losing the competition alive. And quite frankly, this new edition helps keeping the game fresh and keeps it from becoming stale. But here's my issue, or rather, I should say, my issues. Okay? The game sucks right now. As it is, the game sucks right now. Look, for the players that have been playing the game for the longest amount of time since launch, yeah, we've had three main issues that, like, basically this was pointed out to the devs since day one that, guys, these are the three main issues you need to tackle. And they've had the amount of time they've had to go over these issues and fix them is a long, like, they've had the longest amount of time to fix these issues and they still haven't. Okay? The first one was hit registration that now is very much fixed to a point. There's still, like, here and there you see something that you're like, oh, like, I can see it happen again, okay? But to a certain extent, it's fixed. Then it was the visuals, the HDR, and how, like, when you went inside a building and you came out of it, it's like it was so cluttered and it didn't work, and it's still there. It's very much a persistent issue. It's still there. And then the other one was the orange ping. Like, if you unlocked something on a gun, if you went over to look at what it was, to equip it, whatever you did to this, it wouldn't make it go away. The orange ping was still there. They've had all this time to fix these issues. They've only managed to fix one of them, like, to a certain extent. The rest, the two, they're still there, dude. They're still there. And the other one, like the orange ping one, just drives me nuts, okay? Here's the problem. They couldn't fix this, so us as the players took it upon ourselves to fix it ourselves. And the thing is, I found this out through another player who mentioned, dude, favorite the gun that you unlocked or you got attachments or whatever, yeah, or you got a new kind of blueprint or whatever. Favorite the original, not the new blueprint, not the whatever the new thing that you've unlocked. No, just favorite the original one that you have. Go to the favorite part and view it from there, and it will make it go away. Which surprisingly it did, because it's ridiculous the amount of gymnastics you have to do around it to get one thing off of your screen. Okay? It did. But here's the thing. They were still persistent at times. Like, I had this issue that I had unlocked a new gun, okay? Especially the SVK, the DMR, okay? I've unlocked this. There is a new attachment on the gun. There is a new blueprint, and I go and favor the original gun, and I want to actually make it go away. It doesn't go away. Whatever I do, they're still there, yeah? I had to come out of the game over a day and a half of basically logging into the game and coming out of the game, playing it persistently, for the issue to somehow disappear miraculously. I don't even know how this whole thing went away, by the way. I don't know I didn't do anything to it. It just went away on its own. Like, it's ridiculous. So, here's the problem. They did this update, and now you don't get anything. You don't get anything. I have leveled up the GRT CPS, the DMR, which I'm going to show you in a second, is supposed to be level 27. It's level 25, okay? I'll expand on what I mean by that in a second. This gun has multiple attachments attached to it. I've unlocked 4, when it hit 27, it unlocked 4 new different things, 3 different new things. And I went over to check it. I hop into the, so now this issue, by the way, it's a twofold. I hop into the the loadout main menu, and I want to check it out. I come there, there's nothing. And then I somehow just like my eyes wander around, and I'm like, holy shit, this is level 25. But it just showed me, I did 2 obliteration modes back to back, 2 matches back to back, done. It was level 27. Why is it level 25 now? Like, how did that happen? So I go on Twitter, and there are people talking about, yes, the progression system is faulty. There's a problem. And I'm like, okay, they're talking about player progression. Okay, maybe that's just that. I think it's a bug. I come out the game, I close it, I go back into the game, it's the same issue. I'm like, okay, I'm going to play just normal CQB again. Forget about obliteration. See how things unravel. Again, I hit level 27. I come back. And I'm like, okay, I've been playing 3 matches. Now I'm level 27. It should reach up to the very end of it to get to level 28. It's not 28 yet, but it should be at the very end of it. I come back. It's literally at the beginning of level 25. Again, the same issue. So here's the thing. Whatever I unlock, it doesn't show me anything. So not only the player progression is faulty, the gun's progression system is also faulty. It doesn't actually show you what you've unlocked. It doesn't. The orange pings have somehow completely disappeared. Like, their solution to the problem wasn't to fix the orange ping just showing. They fixed it by breaking the entire progression system on the guns, which I don't even know how you do that. Like, how do you even begin to do that? There are other issues apart from what I've already mentioned that I'm going to get into that particularly encompasses this update, because I think this update particularly has derailed the entire game. But before I get into those reasons, I know what people are going to say. Oh, it's the crybabies. It's the players that just found out about Battlefield, and Battlefield 6 is their first experience. Buddy, I've been playing shooter games since I was 11, competitively, by the way. It started with Counter-Strike. Now it's Battlefield. I have the same friend who we've been playing the same shooter games forever. We've been playing shooter games 10 plus years. Every shooter game, Apex, Call of Duty, by the way, I just want to reiterate. Warzone, freaking Rainbow Six Siege, Battlefield 4, Hardline, Battlefield 1, 5, now Battlefield 6, the infamous Battlefield 2042. Jesus Christ, we've been playing every shooter game together. I know what I'm talking about. I know what this is. And I'll tell you what it is. It's the same thing that Apex does. It's the same thing that Call of Duty does. It's just another half-assed update that was never checked, that was never double-checked, that was never triple-checked, that was never taken into account that, yeah, maybe this is going to cause a few issues. Let's just run things multiple times before we roll it out for everybody. And by the way, what's with this thing that you put it for a day specifically scheduled? It's the same shit that Apex does. Like, it's supposed to come out, just launch it. And I'll tell you one more thing why I think this is half-assed. Okay, when you schedule it for some particular day, it looks like I've had experiences, dude. I know. It's like you put something for a specific day and the dude who put it together is not even there. He's on a freaking annual leave. He's on a holiday. Yeah? And it doesn't make sense. It's scheduled for example, 10th of June. Yeah, it updates on the 9th. And then you open it on PS5, you open it, it's like, oh yeah, it's kicking in tomorrow. Why? Why is it this way? And by the way, the same thing that I say every other like shooter games do, they do this and it comes out and they're like, oh shit, we have bugs and issues, so okay, we'll get to it. It's like they do this just because they're like, oh yeah, I got work to do now I gotta get back, so I gotta get the money. As if they don't get them, they don't pay them enough, which by the way is true, because I got resources from Ubisoft saying that they don't pay them enough. So I'm thinking, if it's me, yeah, I would probably cause some issues as well, because they're like, okay, so he has to do overtime, we'll pay him. It's a fucked up thing to do. I get it, but it is, dude, I worked in a restaurant. They do this. They do the same shit in a restaurant. Like, if they do it in a restaurant, believe it or not, they do it in the freaking gaming studio. And you know what the general thing is? The guy's on holiday, they get him back, and they're like, oh, well, dude, you broke the game, and this and that. And he strolls into the office, oh, you can't do an update without me being here. I can't even enjoy my holiday. And then other people are like, well, dude, you're the one who fucked it up. You prepared this 3 weeks ago, and you went on your holiday a week ago, and you just fucked it up and left it for us to fix it? No, you come and fix it yourself. Like, dude, we had the same thing. The head chef, mind you, he wouldn't, he had like, he knew that there was this new addition to the menu that's coming, and he has to teach like 3 new dishes to the rest of the staff. Yeah. And then he would prepare a schedule for himself that, oh yeah, I'm leaving now, I'm going to Canary Islands for freaking like 3 weeks. Yeah. Only to come back after a week and be like, oh, so you can't do this by yourself, so I have to taught you. Motherfucker, you shouldn't have left in the first place. You should have taught him before you left. It's the same thing. And they did it because they wanted overtime, because they wanted bonuses, they wanted to get paid, because they didn't pay them enough. It's the same shit here. Believe it or not, it's the same shit here. Believe it. Believe me when I say this. They do this just so they say, oh, we have bugs, we have issues, we're working on it. This is, by the way, this is the statement they gave after this update. Completely disable Strikepoint just to come and fix it. Like, it's just so counterproductive, so counterintuitive in the first. Like, why would you launch this update half-assed? This, by the way, goes back to the same point that I made before, okay? There are 4 dudes in the middle of some European country, yeah? Some in a basement, by the way, that they do a whole year worth of roadmap and updates that are consistent, and it actually freaking works. Compared to what EA does with thousands of employees. And they can't even do one mid-month update, bro. Like, do one update. Like, here's the thing. I'm going to show you a few things. You go on Marvel Rivals, they do balance patches or updates with the new character, whatever. Yeah? You open it and it's like, oh, it's 10K, it's 9K, it's 20K, whatever, or like 5K likes, whatever. Yeah? You can see it here. Let's go over to Battlefield. Dude, when I posted my stuff underneath, it had 900 likes. That's it. That's all it had. You know why people don't do that? Because they're like, it's not even worth my time to hover my thumb over that freaking heart thing to press on it, because it shows you've half-assed the thing. You haven't actually taken into consideration to run this thing multiple times before you roll it out for the public. Like, dude, this is, by the way, official, like, this is on their own website. This is on Marvel Rivals website. They update their game every 28 to 35 days. Even if you don't go on the official website, you put this through, I don't know, ChatGPT, Google, Grok, whatever, yeah? It gives you the answer. They frequently service their games. It's like having a car, okay? By the way, this is the thing I have, okay? I check the oil of my car and everything else every freaking morning that I want to take it out. My dad tells me, it's like, dude, you kind of OCD about this stuff. I don't think it's OCD. You know why? Because I don't want to be broken down halfway through my journey, okay? It's the right thing to do. Updating your game every month and actually making sure the shit runs should be the default thing that you do. We shouldn't be waiting for 3 months for you to produce a damn freaking roadmap, which is a slide, by the way. It's not even an update. You're just putting a slideshow in a sort of like an abstract thing, like a wallpaper that shows everybody what you're doing throughout the, like, dude, Space Marines 2 does way more updates and roadmaps than you guys do. And they're a much smaller company than you are. How have the mighty have fallen? Really? This is actually pathetic, because the game is actually like what I wanted it to be. BF6 is actually, it has good aesthetics, buildings come down, and like everything is just so natural and it works, okay? And it's not with the goofy skins and all that, it's not in it, okay? It's good. I actually like the game, but what are you doing about it? You can't even do an update that people could praise you on it. I know people, when Marvel Rivals gives out an update, they're like, oh, but Cap is this and is that. Yeah, there's always conflicts in opinions. I get it. That's supposed to be there because it's a live service game, okay? But we shouldn't be waiting 3 months for you to give us a freaking roadmap. Just a roadmap. You should be giving out daily updates every freaking month. It's like checking your car. When was the last time you were like, you know what, guys? I don't actually want to check how much freaking fuel that I have in the car, or when I fueled it up, or when I, put the distilled water in there, or like, check the oil. You're supposed to do that regularly. You're supposed to go to a garage every now and then, throughout the month, and be like, you know what, man? Just check everything. I want to make sure everything is running smoothly. That's what you're supposed to do. But apparently that's too much to ask EA to do, because you know what? And here's the thing that really, really bothers me, really pisses me off, okay? The other day, one of my friends told me, he was like, dude, with the stuff that you're doing and the talk that you have and this and that, you're gonna short fuse. Your circuit breaker is gonna go out. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? And he was like, well, you're gonna have a stroke. And then I had one of my other friends like, by the way, why did you choose tired? Why'd you put that behind the name and everything? I was like, by the way, I didn't choose the name chose me. And I think that's kind of obvious from the tone that I have. You can actually sense it because I'm freaking tired, dude. I really am. And I blame it on EA. I blame it on Ubisoft. I blame it on Rainbow Six Siege. I blame it on Call of Duty. All these games that I grew up playing, just to see them destroyed. Just to see them wither in the most destructive fashion possible. Now, what pisses me off, getting back to the point that I was trying to make, is that when you go to the shop, it works perfectly. The freaking shop works impeccably, dude. Like, why do we have a shop that works so perfect, when we don't actually have a game that works perfectly? The game actually is broken, dude. You want to know how many things are broken in this game? I'll tell you what it's broken, okay? The visuals are still cluttered, okay? By the way, when you hop onto the new map in Cairo, holy moly, Jesus Christ almighty, have mercy. Dude, you can see somebody at the end of the alley, but then there are two dudes behind me, that sneak up on me to kill me, I don't even hear their footsteps. So, by the way, this is another thing. This is what I used to do. I didn't have an external hard drive or an internal hard drive that was 2 terabytes. So what I used to do, it was like this. Okay, it's 600 gigabyte or whatever, the internal hard drive. So what I do is I delete this and replace it with another game. This is what they're doing with Battlefield right now. It's like, oh, the new map is too big or too large. Okay, so what can we swap it with? Oh, the sound system, wonderful. Take out the sound system and we'll swap with the new map. What kind of fucked up idea is that? How do you go about doing some shit like this in the first place? I want to know. I really want to know. If I could get in touch with someone from the devs team in Battlefield 6 or EA or whatever the hell the studio, nobody from Criterion, by the way, no, because you're supposed to be a racing game studio, but somehow you're making freaking, what is it, Battlefield 6. God damn it, I can't even speak English anymore. I mean, the sound system is broken. The strike point had to be disabled for you to fix it. The orange ping and everything you would ever unlock, that includes the badges, the dog tags, everything is gone. You can't even see what you've unlocked, okay? The progression system on the guns is broken because you level up 2 or 3 times and then you come back, oh, it's the same shit before the update. And don't even get me started on this whole thing that you want to deploy, but you can't deploy because the screen is crashing and the entire map is shaking. I don't even know how we had this problem. It went away and then it came back again. It's like when they do an update, it's like they're updating oh yeah, here's a freshly new bug that you had before. Now it's even better. We've made your entire map shake now. What are you doing? You're supposed to take out the bugs. You're not supposed to bring them back. The visuals, the HDR, that's still all there. And mind you, there is one more new bug, or whatever you want to call it, that they've added to the game. Okay? And here's what it is. When you used to do CQB before, it used to say 16 players, but we launch it on 12 players. Okay? Now, when you launch, it says 16 players required. It doesn't launch. And when it passes the 3-minute mark, it starts filling the entire 2 teams with bots immediately. We didn't have that the last patch. We didn't have that even the patch before that. I don't even know how you could go 2 steps or 3 steps back. How do you do this, bro? Can somebody give us some kind of explanation, please? And the other one is the 64-player game mode, okay? When you launch into the obliteration mode, it says 64 players required. It launches on 48. I played that shit 3 hours straight without a break, dude. Never once I encountered a team, whether it was my team or the other team on the other side, that we had 64 players fully, like, into, like, everyone full, so everyone gathered up and summed up to 64 players. Never happened. And then you want to play Strike Point. You can't play Strike Point. The game is freaking broken. Like, dude, what are you doing? Again, I said it at the beginning of the video. I'm saying it again. That's my general expression now. Every time Battlefield does an update, okay? Why do we have a store that is functioning impeccably, bro? But yet we have a game that is not even a game. It's just bugs. It's just exploitation. It just doesn't, I mean, it's more bugs than anything. It just doesn't work. And I'll tell you why that is. I have the answer to that. I want to hear your opinion as well. But mind you, you're more than welcome to prove me wrong of any of this, okay? But here's what it is. The guy who's running this, who has to do overtime, who has to do all this shit, gets a phone call from a higher up. By the way, Mr. X said, you better make sure the store runs impeccably. Somebody might want to buy something, and if they can't buy it, that comes out of your paycheck. Mind you, I'm saying this, and you'll be like, dude, that's not a conversation. It is a conversation. Believe it or not, it is a conversation. Okay? It's going to come a day, and I'm calling it now, okay? You can say, oh, no, there's no way. Dude, we called a lot of other people called this stuff that we see as monetization in the game ridiculous back then, and it came through. It is what it is. Trust me, it will come to this point. There will be a time that they will launch a new companion app or whatever that lets you link your PSN account or whatever account that you have to it, so you can hop onto the game and buy something on your phone on your way to home. So when you get there, it's already there. It's a freaking supermarket, dude. It's not a game anymore. It's not a game anymore. It's not. It's a supermarket. Okay? They're treating this as if it's like a luxury car dealership thing that you're like, oh, you want to buy this car over the phone, Mr. Johnson? Wonderful. Yes. We will send it to you and we'll put a ribbon on you. We'll put a ribbon on it as well. Yes, of course. That's what it's going to come to. They're going to launch a new companion app that is going to revolutionize this whole monetization shit. And it will let you link your PSN account or whatever to it, and then you'll buy something to it, and then you get home. Oh, redeem your gift. Fuck off. Look, I've said it before. I'm going to say it again, okay? This is the truth of the matter. These corporate fatsuits and the shareholders could not care less about you and me, okay? They don't care if this update is good or bad. They don't care that this whole visual thing doesn't work or the hit registration took a months to get fixed. They don't care about any of that. The whole fact the shop works perfectly fine compared to the rest of the game, like it's a separate entity of its own, that just goes to show what I'm trying to make as the point is right, because all they care is, oh, how many skins we can sell to these guys, how many like gun skins or gun blueprints we can sell to these guys. That's all they care about, okay? I'll give you an example. I've wandered off into this shop because I've been tempted, but I've never succumbed to buy anything. You know why? Because it's not worth the investment. And I'll tell you what that means. Worth the investment means that I have 783 hours on Marvel Rivals, yeah? I have every freaking skin that Psylocke has. Why do I do that? Because it's worth it. Because I like the kit. I like the ultimate. I like the gameplay that she has. I like the aesthetics of the game. It all goes together. So I make the investment. It's worth my time. It's worth my energy. That's what it means. Worth my investment means that. It means it's worth my time and energy, okay? I've bought every event pass they've given. I've gotten every single battle pass they've launched, apart from the first season because I wasn't active back then. I've bought all of these. Why? Because it makes it worth my while, okay? The game is updated regularly. They care for the customers. They put the time and the effort to show for it, okay? It all goes to show that, yes, it is worth my time and my energy to spend my money on it. Compared to Battlefield 6's shop, which works perfectly fine, but you don't want to spend money in it. Why? Because it's not worth your time. Because they do an update that takes 3 steps backwards instead of actually taking a step forward. I'm just tired, guys. I really am. I'm pissed off. I really am. Like, it really kills the incentive to play the game. It destroys part of what I used to love about the shooter games. And I don't know what they're doing, man. I really don't. I don't know where they want to go. Because the store works completely, it's like completely separate from the game. It works perfectly. And then we got the game, visuals cluttered, game modes disabled, orange pink gone completely. You don't even get your level up on your guns. You can't even view what you had, and then you can't even, see the progression as a player. Like, I don't know what else to say, man. But yeah, that's it. That's it for this video. I don't know. Maybe my friend is right. At some point, I'm gonna have a stroke over this freaking thing. But yeah. I hope you have a good day, guys. Thanks for listening to my rant. I really appreciate it. I do. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you have a good day, and peace be with you.